Alright, here we are at the end of week 5 of Superhero Workout 2.0. It's also the end of phase 2. Phase 1 was strength, phase 2 was agility and endurance, phase 3 now goes into growth, and I start phase 3 tomorrow. Basically, I'm going to be lifting heavier again. Instead of doing circuit training, I'm just going to be doing individual sets and trying to lift heavy. And then I will be eating apparently a lot more, and the intermittent fasting is not going to be in effect anymore. I'm just going to be eating every couple of hours all day. So I'm looking forward to getting the results from that. One thing I wanted to mention about phase 2, some of the exercises that Romanello recommends. He recommends you use a couple of sort of specialized pieces of equipment, but those pieces of equipment are like $40 a piece. There's a piece of equipment called Fat Grips, and there's a piece of equipment called a Valslide. And you know, they're kind of gimmicky products, but at the same time they're gimmicks that, as near as I can tell, they work pretty well from what I was encountering. Fat Grips basically fit around the handle of a barbell and make it fatter. It makes the handle thicker, which causes your hand to work harder to grip the bar, because you can't just lock it all the way around. But I went on YouTube, instead of spending $40 to buy a set of Fat Grips, I went on YouTube and found a video for making your own. I went out and bought a pool noodle, and it just so happens that you take a pool noodle and cut it off to the width of the dumbbell handle, and then cut a slash lengthwise in it. This hole in the middle actually makes for just about a perfect fit around the dumbbell handle. It doesn't fit as tightly as Fat Grips, and it's not as durable a material, but you'll notice my hand can't go all the way around that handle now. You know, if I don't have the Fat Grip on it, I can lock my thumb over my fingers, and I'm using hardly any grip strength. But with the Fat Grip, it's harder. The only thing to remember is that if you're pushing, then you want the cut to be away from your hand, because you don't want it coming out of the Fat Grip. But if you're pulling, you want the cut facing in against your palm so that it doesn't fall out through the opening that way. So that was Fat Grips. For Valslides, what a Valslide is, apparently, it was invented by a woman named Valerie. But it's basically just a kind of a smooth piece of plastic that you can put under a knee or an elbow or a foot, and it allows you to slide easily over a carpeted surface. And those also they're fairly large size. They're $40 a piece. I thought I might just try to buy the biggest furniture sliders that they had at like Walmart or Target, but then I realized that I had an even cheaper solution right here at home. I've been using this big piece of cardboard. This was actually I think a box for paper originally that I just flattened out. But I've been using that as a simple economy furniture slider for like when I have to move my couch and stuff. I just put the cardboard under the couch leg, and then it slides. So I just used that as my substitute Valslide. It was I think it was a little harder, because I think the plastic is a little smoother, so it'll slide more easily. This one was a little more challenging, but it worked out pretty well. I'm really looking forward, though, to the circuit training. Thought it seemed easier the first week. The second week, it seemed to get really harder. I was because I think I was using weights that were too light in the first week, and so I kind of upped the weights to the point where I was not able to get through that fourth circuit, that fourth set, in the 25-minute time frame, and it made a really big difference in my soreness the next day. But tomorrow we start the growth, and that's when I hope you see. I can really see and feel results from the 5 weeks that I've been doing this, but I think I'm really going to see an acceleration once we get into growth phase. And so I'm really looking forward to it. And that's that. I'll see you next week.